Hello flight simmers, welcome back everyone, welcome to the TJ Pilot channel and welcome to this full flight video. Today we are going to do something which we haven't done in a very long time. We are today flying the Aerosoft CRJ, the CRJ 700 to be specific, in the United Express colors. And yeah, for those of you who know my channel a bit, you probably know that I have a bit of a hate-love relationship with the CRJ. I think it's a pretty cool plane. It's fun to fly. It's also challenging to fly in a way. But on the other hand, there's always been this topic of performance. I don't know if it's the same for all the users, but for me, the CRJ really has not been running smooth at all on my sim. So I kind of try to not fly it a lot. But then lately, I kind of fell in love with it once again. Also messed around with the settings a lot, and eventually came about the thread in the Aerosoft forums where some guy was making experiences with the hyper-threading. With the hyper-threading turned off now, I feel like the performance is a little bit better compared to previously, but yeah, it's still not great, of course. But yeah, to cut a long story short, today we are finally back in the CRJ, and I hope we are on a fun flight from Denver over to San Jose, which I think we haven't had in the sim so far, or at least not on the channel. And yeah, so let's head off on this roughly 2-hour flight in the CRJ 700. I'm very much looking forward to it. As you can guess from the traffic around, we are flying offline due to the fact that at the time of my recording, there's barely no chance to capture any USA controllers online. So that's why I've decided to go offline. And yeah, we are waiting for the baggage to come in. Passengers are already getting on the plane. So let's get to it. Right, so here we are in the flight deck. Since I don't fly this plane very often, I hope I can get all the procedures right. If not, please excuse, and of course feel free to comment down below if you notice anything which I could improve, but let's give it a try. So here's our load sheet for today. We are fairly light in terms of payload. I think United only puts around 60 packs on these planes, so we are light in that regard. And around 5 tons of fuel on board, 10,700 pounds. Right, and then of course we have the checklists, but we will run those a little bit later on. First of all, let's get, or I think it's actually quite warm outside. Let's see if we have a temperature somewhere on here. Probably don't. Ah, there it is, 26 degrees, yeah. So let's make sure the APU is running. And so first this button, and then we wait for the APU invite test to disappear and the doors open, and then we can fire up the APU. Yeah, so that we get some nice air conditioning on the plane. Right, and then down to the FMC. So that's all that we are at Denver, which is KDEN, like that, and then we will copy the GPS position like that. And I think, or I hope, the routing is stored in the folder. Ah, okay, there we can hear the air conditioning coming on now. Beautiful. Right, so KDEN to San Jose like that. And there it is, beautiful. So alternate is San Francisco, very close by. And let's see, first waypoint is ELF. And we will head over to the performance. Now we have the very neat trick where we go to the performance page, copy performance to FMS, and that's it. Flight level will be 380. And then let's go to the next page. Now our wind for today. We have average wind component of -16, and that's gonna be headwind. So headwind 16, and we put this in for all three. And then the winds on average are what we expect, like that. And temperature deviation is 6 degrees plus 6, also goes in there. And I believe this is all okay. Reserves 1650. Yeah, that's fairly accurate. We can live with that. Also, I think I already forgot something. We need the flight number, which is SkyWest 5293. Just copy it to the second radio page. Oh, sorry, not there. Flight ID, of course. Right, and over here, let's go to manual. Then where were we? Flight plan, performance, VNAV. Yeah, transition 18,000 in the US. That's of course correct. I think it's also fine for the other ones. Very good. Other than that, yeah, flex temperature, we don't really have a calculator here in the CRJ, so we're just gonna leave it blank. After all, we are at Denver, quite high, above 5,000 feet, so let's just go full power. It's gonna be fine. Now, fuel management, I don't think these calculations are correct after all, so you can see there's fuel used in here which is incorrect, but we can clear that out by going to, I hope I get that right, menu. Yeah, let's bring this down here, menu, and we can set them to 0 again, and now it should have disappeared. Yeah, perfect. Right. Okay, but other than that, I still don't think these fuel calculations are accurate. Or 7,000, maybe it is. Maybe it's not too far off. Maybe that's quite accurate. 1 hour 28, it seems a bit short to me. SimBrief is giving me 2 hours and 5 minutes, but we haven't done the departure yet. Maybe we should close some doors, otherwise it's gonna be annoying all the time. Main passenger door. Right, today I think weather is fine, so we can, yeah, we have wind 7 knots from 240, and that's quite perfect for a departure out of runway 25. Like that, and then it's gonna be the course 6 departure with the WOXA transition. Right, and then let's see, so this, yeah, a couple of altitude constraints on there where we have to be above certain altitudes. 10,000 below actually. Okay, that's one below, the other ones are above. Course Voxa, and then it should be ELF. If I'm not mistaken, yes, looking good. Cool, so, I believe, if I haven't missed anything crucial here, we are already sort of set on the FMC. That's always very quickly done here in the CRJ. MFD menu, let's go VNAV over here. Let's check, do we have the VNAV? Okay, we don't have the VNAV descent mode over here. Which, yeah, now would be good to know if United or SkyWest rather has these installed. Let's leave it out today. We could set it here on the, somewhere over here. I don't know. Yeah, coupled VNAV, but let's keep it a bit more challenging today and not use it. Not gonna make a difference for the departure, rather for the arrival later on. Right, and then performance. We have the performance data, flaps 8, dry runway conditions. Simply set all the speeds, makes it easy for us, and all the speeds are entered there. Right, and other than that, let's go to stats again. Quick look outside. I think by now baggage loading should be complete as well. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, so let's go ahead and close up those doors as well. Then let's see, parking brake is set, which is good, so we will make sure to get rid of the ground power cards, and then this should disappear. Yes, it does. And then we will get rid of the jetway first, get rid of the wheel chocks. And yeah, then we could get into some checklists here. Now that's gonna be very long. Maybe just quickly Scanning through, I think we are all set. Maybe what we can do is go to the stabilizer trims, mark trim, yaw damper. All these should be engaged. Emergency lights, seat belts are on, non-smokings are on, and hydraulics coming on as well. Probes, window heats on low. Then we have, well, what else? Beacons basically. Fuel pumps. And then we should be good to go pretty much, I guess. So, before start checklist. Maybe in the meantime we can call for the pushback. Passenger signs are on. Landing elevation is, that's a good thing. It's not set yet. Now we should set it, I believe, to Denver Airport in case we need to come back to Denver. Let's see if I have that somewhere over here on my charts. So airport elevation is 5,434. So that's gonna be a lot of scrolling here. 5,434. For 40, that's fine. Okay, so that's set. Then we have the altimeters are set 3019er. 3019er, that's looking good. FMS is checked, IRS are aligned. Radio and F8s, yeah, we don't need that. Takeoff briefing is completed. Cleared to start. Okay, that's where's the difference between before start and clear to start? Anyway, let's go quick look out for traffic. A lot of ooh, he's pushing back. There's another guy leaving. Ooh, a lot of traffic here, a lot of active traffic. Okay, I'm just gonna wait a second to see where these guys are going, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so he's through and he's staying on the center one, so now we are good to go. There's one thing I forgot, which is the initial altitude, and according to the chart, it is flight level 230 initially. And then we can also arm nav mode like that. Right, clear to start. Personal electronic devices are off, APU is on, electrics are checked, takeoff data is set, doors are closed and locked, beacons are on, fuel pumps are on. And we have a fuel quantity of 10,600 pounds roughly on board. Hydraulic pumps are auto and on, and parking brake is off. Right, now we are good to start, and we simply hit the start button for the right engine, engine number 2. And now we are waiting for around 20% N2. Like that, and this is coming on. Also, I haven't checked, set the initial heading, did I? 263. 263 is set. Okay, parking brake, and the engine is already running. So starting number 1. We could start the block time over here. Again, waiting for roughly 20%. Like that.
Unlocking gear.
Okay, looking very good. So now if we want to be accurate, then we check the electric page and see if the generators 1 and 2 are running, and that's the case. APU is still on, but not providing power anymore. So we are safe to kill the APU like that. Right, DC power. Okay, so after start flows, what else there is to do? We need to set the trim, which we get from here 7.1. It is 7.5. There it is. And then we set flaps to position 8. And nose wheel steering to arm. Now transponder goes to on. Weather radar like that. Okay, I think that's everything from down here. And other than that, I think we are looking good. So after start checklist, generators are on auto, electrics are checked, bleed valves should be on auto, yes it is. Packs are on, APU is off, anti-ice is off, and nose wheel steering is armed. Taxi checklist, flaps are set position 8, flight controls. No, are not checked yet. Do I do that on here? No, I need another page. Flight control. Full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, and the rudder full left and full right. That's checked. Thrust, no, trims. Yeah, we've set that. Thrust reversers, very important, need to be armed manually. Flight instruments are checked and brake temperatures are checked as well. Good. Taxi lights, parking brake, and off we go. Yeah, now the fun thing about the CRJ really is it works a bit different compared to Airbus and Boeing. And well, maybe different is the wrong word, but it is different. But it's something that that a regular flight simmer, including myself, is not really used to. So that's why it's so exciting to fly it, in my opinion. Ooh, he's faster than we are, and we already have the green TO config. Okay, that's perfect. So now. Righty, now taxiing, we are now on, no idea, that should be the green taxi line. Well, here it's yellow, but on the charts it's called green taxi line. And then we will go down on Golf at the very end, so left hand turn on Golf, and then Golf all the way down to the runway. Alright, this should be Golf. Now we will take a left-hand turn. No, it's not quite Golf yet. Anyway, we will take a left-hand turn. And then we will do another right down there and another left. Just following all the traffic, which seems to be quite a lot down there. Oh boy, that will take a while. Alright, we are getting there, and now there's not too much traffic in front of us, which is nice. One thing I was thinking about, since we have an altitude constraint of 10,000 for the first waypoint, let's rather set 10,000, then we can make sure to not exceed that one. Like that. And yeah, then we can continue on the flows. So for the takeoff, the cross flow goes to manual. Then we will have lights and strobes. We will set those in a second. Fuel cross flow is manual. Flight transit advice. Transponder TCAS is on. Now we have TA. I think it should be automatic. Yeah, mode is automatic. That should work. And then let's go terrain radar, since Weather couldn't be less interesting. And radar terrain is set, and CAS, that's the, I think it's the crew advisory system, which is over here. And we clear that out by hitting stat again, and yeah, then it gets cleared out. We know that there are some messages, but we have checked those messages and they are okay as they are. That's the logic behind that, I think. Okay, so after the Spirit 321 we are good to go. He's speeding up, perfect. Okay, so all the lights, strobes. Left is clear. Runway 25 identified. Yeah, so the departure is all straight basically. Just out over the Rocky Mountains, pretty straightforward. Right, do we have him on the radar? Yes, there he is. Almost 5 miles out. There's some traffic coming into land, so let's rather get going. Right, runway update. So we have TO, and we are ready to rock and roll. Power to around 50%. And toga. Starting the timer. Yeah, the engine sounds quite nice in my opinion. Very good. Knots. V1 rotate. The airborne gears coming up. Very nice. Ooh, that was just in time for the landing aircraft. Beautiful. There's some more traffic up there. Okay, climb power. We will hit the speed button. We will recycle the nav and put the autopilot on. And that should do the trick, but let's dial up to 190 knots. Okay, looking very good. Yeah, I'm happy with that departure. It's usually quite easy to mess it up in the CRJ, but that was super smooth. Okay, those are coming back to off. We will have the exterior lights. This is going back to auto. I think now we are good to retract the flaps. Speed 250. Flaps up. Right, climb checklist. Fuel flow is auto. Fleets and APU are set. Thrust reverser off, and CAS is checked. Climb checklist completed. Okay, very cool. So now we are closing in on 10,000 and also on foams, which is the constraint there. I'm not really trusting the constraint if I dial it up further. That's why I'm just keeping it there. But now, yeah, let's stay in the climb. I think that will just make it easier. Yeah, it's sort of perfect timing. Ooh. what's going on here in the climb rate. Crazy. Okay, 380. Is checked, and we are above 10,000, so speed 290. Exterior lights are coming off. And that's that. Now Rocky Mountains straight ahead. Beautiful weather here today at Denver. So let's enjoy music in cruise mode, and I will see you over in San Jose. Enjoy. Hello folks, welcome back to the flight deck. Bit of a different procedure here today, so we are still rather high, 32,000 feet. But I've decided, since it is quite interesting to do the descent in the CRJ, I will talk about it now, and we will also do the approach briefing, and then later on I will make another short cut and meet you then back for the landing into San Jose. So yeah, I mean, really, you can look around. Beautiful weather here as well. That's basically the first clouds we see during all the cruise. Fantastic weather. And over at San Jose, I can also let you know. So there are a few clouds over there. There's no wind at all. 0 knots from 000, so no wind at all. 9 miles of visibility, and then few clouds at 9,000 feet, so very high. And we have temperatures of 24 degrees and altimeters 29 and 96 over there. So we are expecting very good weather conditions. And yeah, we are on the descent. So let me start with the thrust. So as many of you probably know, the CRJ does not have an auto throttle. So also during cruise, we always need to manually manipulate the throttle in order to fly at the cruise speed. And yeah, it's kind of funny. When I first started flying the CRJ, that was like the feature I hated about it most, because it was so much work during cruise. And now I gotta be honest, nowadays I think it's the best thing about the CRJ. It just makes the cruise part of the flight so much more interesting, and yeah, more challenging as well. But yeah, if you get used to it, it gets fairly easy controlling the throttles to match the speed. Right, so now we are on the descent, and you can hear the chime. I need to keep it descending now. Let's make sure we stay into vertical speed mode, yes. And yeah, so we are still in nav mode, following along the star. That's quite neat. And we are, let's have a look at the chart together. So, or first of all, we will do an ILS landing 30 left. And we are flying the Razar for RNAV arrival with transition at Kingri, which was very far out, and now we are heading into, yeah, Razar. And we have a couple of speed and altitude constraint along this star. So now at Razar we want to be below 220 and above 200. So I've noticed on the descent that we are rather need to make sure to not break the upper end of these constraints. So what I'm doing is here set altitude to 20. We want to be below this. We can see that the sort of the banana bar, the magenta banana there, that we are, yes, coming in a touch high even, so we are using vertical speed to descend a bit faster now. Vertical speed 2200 feet per minute now. And also at top of descent we get this VNAV profile indication over here, which basically works like a glide slope indication, so that makes it a bit easier to follow along on the descent path. And then of course the speeds, we just need to manage them manually along the star to keep at the desired speeds. For now it's 280, so that's where we are at. Right, and this is going along very well. And yeah, so also on the descent, much more stuff to look out for compared to Boeing's or Airbus or all the other aircrafts basically we are flying out there. So that is, I have to admit, super enjoyable. Right, and now this will just go along for the entire star basically. And yeah, so next one's gonna be 190 or below. So let's set 190 right now and see where the banana bar is. Okay, so next one's gonna be better. It's gonna be way better. So maybe now we will start to looking at the lower bounds. So let's go 16,000. And then we just need to make sure to not descend below 16,000 when we get to the next waypoint. Right, and yeah, other than that we can quickly do the descent checklist and then we will meet back for the landing. So landing elevation is set at 60 feet, so I've set it here, landing elevation. Oops, now it came up. Fuel, yeah, it's checked. So quite a lot of fuel on board, 4,315. I kind of noticed that the CRJ is burning less fuel compared to what SimBrief calculated for us. So maybe fuel flow is not modeled 100% accurate, but still, I mean, very close, so it's fine. TCAS set, radar is still on terrain. I mean, weather just super boring today. And the CAS is still checked. I believe we still have the same messages. No smoking. Yeah, coming up to 20,000. I think it's a good time to put on the seatbelt signs as well, like that. And then we will hide the messages again. Landing data. No, we still need to do that. That's a good thing. So decision altitude is, or decision height is 200. We can go. We can also go altitude. So let's go according to the charts 257. And this will be rounded up to 260 is set. It's getting a little bit fast, pulling back the throttles a bit. And yeah, we can also decrease the rate of descent now. Yeah, we don't want to be below 16,000. And see, if we do it like this, we are managing pretty well to stay on the descent profile. Okay, local altimeters 29906. We can already set that now. 29906 is set. Right, and then we will meet the glide slope at 4,000 feet, and yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Go around just straight ahead, climbing to 1,900. Yeah, so that's all pretty straightforward. Okay, there's one thing we of course need to set, since early on we put the radio page to manual, so now we need to make sure to set the frequency of the ILS, which is 110.9. And this goes in here. And then we can also do the San José, which is 114.1, just for reference. Right. Okay, so now next one is 10,000 or above, so let's dial it down 10,000. And yeah, still looking good. Right, so I guess you get the hang of it, guys. I don't want to make the video too long, so I will meet you for the final approach. Alright, we are coming up towards the final approach, and as you can see, visibility came down a bit. Sorry, getting some random ATC here, which shouldn't be the case actually. Okay, and yeah, so coming up to 4,000, we want to be speed. What is it on there? 230? Yeah, 230. So setting this one back, and we are at idle already, so we're coming in just a touch fast, but we can decrease the rate of descent a bit. Right, and also, yeah, localizer is identified, and now we can switch around the nav source towards the localizer, which, yeah, starting from Clyde, this offset, there it is coming in, perfect. Okay, making sure not to get too slow here, bring in some power. Now a few stutters here. Yeah, we are quite low. Look at this. We are very low above the ground, but that's what the procedure is doing with us. So, oh, where did my... No! How do I get back? I want my yoke back. How? Okay, let's do it in a second. Yeah, switching around to localizer, and then we can arm approach mode, and this will go the localizer, glide slope. Beautiful. Maybe not so beautiful. What is my aircraft doing? Okay, that was a bit weird. That was a bit weird. Okay, so we are 12 miles out, and yeah, this is really CRJ things. Sorry about this. So I'm quite positive the actual aircraft would not do that stuff. Right, landing lights, forgot them earlier. We need to arm those. 11 miles out. Yeah, but now we're coming down on the glide slope. We are a touch fast, slowing down now. Right, go around altitude 1,900. That's very low. 1,900. 9 miles out. I think we need a bit of speed brake here. Yeah, this little bit of a dive. Why do I keep getting ATC all the time? It's super annoying. It shouldn't happen, I think, when I change it. Okay, I really lost... I don't know where the click spot is. Quite sure it's somewhere in here. Okay. Max speed brake now. We're really coming in fast. We need to get to 230 to go flaps 1, which is now speed checked. And 230 for flaps 8, which we will also do now. Right, and performance, set the speed 129 is re-rev. Checklist, flight attendants are advised, passenger signs are on, thrusters, armed, landing gear is coming down now, and flaps will be full in a bit. Runway in sight. Oh, this ATC is really annoying. Why is it happening? Usually in other aircrafts, when I change the frequency, it just stops. Okay, flaps full. Yeah, sorry, not the most stable approach, I have to admit that. Okay, my aircraft. No, like that, sorry.
200.
Okay. Yeah, a little bit low according to the power piece.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Okay, retard.
10.
And there we are. Reverse. And decel. There's no auto brake, but usually the aircraft is slowing down quite nicely with reverse. Some stutters. Right, manual braking. Idle forward. Let's try to get this one here. Right, yeah, this ATC is really annoying me. Sorry about that. But we have made it down to San Jose. FPS have came down quite a bit now. So let's do this. Strobes are coming off. APU, we can start the test. And doors open, so we will fire up the APU itself. Retract the flaps. Now I hope there's no aircraft coming in to land, but it's looking good. Yeah, so the approach maybe not, I don't think it really met the stable approach criteria there. But then again, I don't fly the CRJ very often, so I'm, after all I have to say, I am fairly happy with this landing. Wasn't too bad. Right, let's figure out the parking. Gate 14. Gate 14. No idea. Yeah, let's go ASCA. Should be somewhere to the right. Yeah, over there I think it is. Why are FPS so terrible right now? Okay, radar's coming off. Maybe it's the airport which is having a bit of a hit here on FPS. Yeah, and I can also recommend, if you want to get a better teacher for the CRJ, I would recommend Edward the Pilot on Twitch. He has a real, yeah, he's a real life CRJ pilot. Or I think he was, if I caught it correctly, but yeah, he's anyway certified for the aircraft, and he's very, very good in explaining all the procedures and stuff in a much better detail than I can. And of course, he's also better in landing this aircraft than I am. But yeah, I can very much recommend him for getting to know the CRJ. It's really annoying. FPS have been so great for the entire flight, and now it just went so bad. Right, taxi lights are coming off, APU is running. Is there a jetway? Yes, there is, okay. Don't think I should go all the way. Yeah, let's hold it here. That's looking fairly close. Right, so parking brake, and we have APU available and APU generators on, so we can kill the engines. Come on, like that. There it is. Okay, block time 41. No, that can't be. It's probably 140 minutes. It's a bit closer. Right, and then I believe fuel pumps. We will have the beacons, the seatbelt signs. Hydraulics are coming off. Probe heat, window heat. Let's do some checklist. APU's on, transponder is still on. Coming to standby now. Flaps are retracted, lights are set, ropes are off and shut down, parking brake is on, seatbelts off, thrust lever shut off, anti-ice off, fuel pumps off, beacons off, nose steering off. Shutdown checklist completed. Alright. Deboarding. Okay, that does not seem like the jetway is working here. Anyway, not a problem. Can simply open some doors ourselves. Wheel chocks, ground power card, and guardrails are up. Beautiful. Alright guys, so here we are. Welcome to San Jose Airport, and I hope you guys have enjoyed that CRJ flight over from Denver. Sorry about the approach. It was not really a stable approach, but nevertheless, I am quite happy with it. As I've mentioned, I'm not flying this aircraft so often, so that's in fact not too bad. Oh, now we got a SODI issue. Never mind. Okay, so yeah, hope to see you on the next flight as well. Hope you have enjoyed this one. Take care and bye bye.